You see, it doesn't matter how expressly written and how clear we have the law, none of us can keep it. None of us. I watched a sports documentary about a month ago, The Price of Gold. And it was all about the Tonya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan story. The reason they released that documentary, that was 20 years ago. Does that make you feel old? Because it made me feel really old. It's 20 years ago. They focused on the period of time leading up to and right after Tonya Harding's husband hired men to whack Nancy Kerrigan on the knee to sideline her for the Olympics. Followed all of the coverage that was given to Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan as Nancy Kerrigan was given a provisional spot on the U.S. Olympic team, and she trained and rehabbed for 6 weeks and was able to skate and was fine and was headed to the Olympics, and all the coverage was who was going to win. In the meantime, Tonya Harding's husband was arrested and some of his friends were arrested. It was a scandalous story. Sports writer Tony Kornheiser said, "The writers of soap operas would have killed for a plot line this juicy." The ratings for the figure skating championship at the Olympics that year were the highest they had ever been because everyone wanted to know who's going to win, Tonya Harding or Nancy Kerrigan. Do you remember who won? Neither of them. Neither of them. 16-year-old girl from Russia, Oksana Bayul, that nobody had really paid attention to, at least not in the national media. She won. You see, when it came down to it, it didn't matter which one of them was going to do better because neither one of them was going to win gold. And when it comes down to it, friends, it doesn't matter whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, whether you're traditional or progressive, whether you're religious or secular. Apart from Christ, none of us will reach the goal. None of us. And Paul's argument here is those who don't have the law, they're perishing without the law, and those that do have the law, they're perishing with the law. God's showing no partiality. Thankfully, while God shows no partiality in His judgment, He also shows no partiality in His gospel and in His grace. There's one thing that God is partial to, and that's a submissive heart. The only thing that God is partial to is a submissive heart. And you know what that means? That means that no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, no matter how much law you've kept or broken, no matter who your family is, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much education you have, you can be on God's side. You can have His favor, His blessing, His grace, because all you need is a submissive heart, and anyone can have a submissive